care of business. Let's get to it.
You told us last time you were on 2K TV that you live and die by the three. And in this tournament, John Havlicek came through for you from behind the arc. Talk about how big John Havlicek was for you.
John Havlicek, for all my mighty people who don't know, I'm going to give you just a real simplistic explanation of who he is. If you've ever played Pro-Am at all, or you want to get into Pro-Am, and you make a point guard with a very quick jump shot, that's John.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matchups tonight. Stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin.
Very dangerous indeed. David, thanks. Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the point. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. DJ Augustine out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. Here's Augustine. Rebound the Lakers. They traveled to Milwaukee last time they faced the Bucks, and they came away with a win.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
To the middle. Kuzma against Giannis. Augustine with the steal. Here's DiVincenzo. And James pulls it down. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And if you look at the box score from that game, guys, the first thing you'll notice is how many turnovers they forced.
Well, all those turnovers made it a scrappy game, which suits them. They caused a lot of chaos with their defense, which played right into their hands.
And you know, by now, I don't think there's much question. Mark and his brother Powell are the best 1-2 brother punch in NBA history. How about over 30,000 points combined?
And the dunk by Giannis.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Back to James for the 3. And Lopez pulls it down. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today.
An era where we're seeing teams turn away from the slower 7-footers. Brook Lopez still playing a pivotal role for the Bucks.
There's been a lot of talk in recent years, Greg, as how the big man has been played off the floor in the playoffs. That's just not the case with Lopez because he's been able to step out and shoot threes along with being a really reliable rim protector.
Back to Middleton. The tray. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Kuzma outside. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Gasol passes to Kuzma.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
And it's blocked.
Well, these blocks by Schroeder has got to get his teammates going. They're more rare than they are commonplace, but Schroeder getting in there with good hands.
Tipped away. Gasol dishes to James. Out to Kuzma. 5 on the clock. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Yeah, in that game, the offense was firing on all cylinders, partly because the other team's defense was a no-show.
Yeah, with the defense struggling like that, I think they just stayed with a healthy, consistent pace to get that win.
Here's Gasol. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Here's James. And LeBron throws it down hard.
Sometimes LeBron just likes to take it all out on the rim, that time on display. Schroeder against Augustine. Middleton outside.
Gets a hand on it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Schroeder with the ball. Now guarded by Middleton, and LeBron throws it down.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
Antetokounmpo against Kuzma. Puts it up. And it's Antetokounmpo with the bucket inside. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Caldwell Pope passes to Gasol. Back to Caldwell Pope. Kicks it out to James. Pass to Gasol. LeBron trying to free himself up. Gasol, no good.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Middleton touched it last. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
James against Portis. LeBron's shot is good. He has 6.
Now, LeBron does so many things so very well, including handling the ball and getting to where he wants to go.
Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Bucks lead by 3. And we'll get going. And recently, on the subject of trash talking, Giannis Antetokounmpo had this.
I like to stay locked in to the game.
Greg, as you always say, different guys intimidate in different ways.
And when you have his level of length, athleticism, and skill, you don't need to say a word. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys? Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
So the Lakers 5 right now. We've got Montrezl Harrell. LeBron James is out there with Markieff Morris. And it's Caruso in at the point. Got a piece of it. Fast break. Here we go. Passes it to Horton Tucker. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said is you can coach a lot of different ways. You can win a lot of different ways. But you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Forbes. He can't get that one to fall. And the Lakers going the other way now. LeBron kicks to Harrell. And Harrell slams it down hard.
That's a little something extra from Montrez.
Milwaukee's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Antetokounmpo inside. Covered by Morris. Here is Forbes. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. And stolen by Harrell. And here we go with Morris, running it up the court. Here's Caruso. And the rejection by Giannis. Here's Portis. Morris with the rebound.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Antetokounmpo, no good. The Lakers in the lead. You know, even though LeBron doesn't go 100% every minute of every game in the season, he still knows when to turn it on.
And for someone at his age, that is something you have to know how to do. You can see when LeBron kicks it into that next gear. Can't keep it on all the time, but he's still able to take over when he needs to.
Yeah, there's no way that LeBron James is not going to come in and dictate the tempo of this game. Just keeps his eyes up and drops a nice dime there.
Giannis against Morris. Here's Giannis. Good work defensively by Morris. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. So a moment now to see the story for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
The most positive thing about his last 10 games, the work on defense. His mindset has become very aggressive. The steals are up, and he's becoming a big factor on the defensive end.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Chris Middleton comes in for Torrey Craig. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Bryn Forbes. Caldwell Pope wishes to Gasol. Back to Caldwell Pope. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. We've got 1:13 left in the first half. Kuzma, that's good.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Augustine passes to Middleton. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. Pass to Kuzma. Back to Schroeder. Caldwell Pope outside. To the paint. Left side Gasol. Here's Schroeder. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, you got to be careful with Schroeder. He's explosive. And he's good at finding his way to the line because he uses that quickness well.
And he can't hit the second.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
And Middleton kicks to Augustine. Middleton looking it over. Lets it go from deep. The Lakers with the rebound.
Yeah, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Middleton for three. There's the pass to DiVincenzo. From deep three-point range. No good on the last second attempt there.
Have to give some credit to the defense by Schroeder there, making that.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime, a competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. The deepest hole they got themselves into in the opening period was... And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with DJ Augustine. And it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
Well, fighting through some defense right there. Schroeder showing some offensive confidence right now.
Pass to Middleton. All sorts of time. Rebounded by the Lakers. LeBron's got his fifth rebound right now in the game. Inside, here's Gasol. Can't hit that one. And Milwaukee the other way now. DiVincenzo against James. DiVincenzo passes to Giannis. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Giannis has got 10 points in the game.
A little quickness from Antetokounmpo there, blows right past the D.
Kuzma outside. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Back to Kuzma. The dish to Gasol. 4 on the clock. Down low. Schroeder. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Schroeder's got the lead back up to 6 now for Los Angeles. Strange to see Marc Gasol shooting from outside. His game, Greg, wasn't always like it is now.
I mean, Gasol has added a 3 to his game in the last seasons with Memphis, and it was an immediate success. He became a functioning stretch 5. Early in his career, he was more likely to drag you to the block and just bruise you more than anything else.
Back to Augustine. He dishes it to Lopez. The Bucks working the ball around. Pope loose. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Kicks it out to LeBron. Dishes it to Gasol. Lays it up and banks it in. And now an 11-point Los Angeles lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated.
Well, it just keeps coming at you. Giannis has so much energy, and when he's this aggressive, he is just a dynamite offensive player.
Now Schroeder, he's got 5. Gasol tried to free himself up, and that one's good. Schroeder's got the lead up to 11 now for the Lakers.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Middleton. The kick out to Lopez. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's Middleton. Looking to end his cold spell. Rebounded by the Lakers. LeBron's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Well, Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
Augustine against Schroeder. 1:16 left in the third quarter. Shot clock at 5. Kuzma kicks it over to Schroeder. LeBron trying to free himself up. Kicks it out to Schroeder. 3-pointer. The putback. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Bucks trail by 9. DiVincenzo finds Middleton. Augustine against Schroeder. Kicks it down to Middleton. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Antetokounmpo. Torrey Craig comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Augustine. Harold, that's good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Here's Craig, outside Portis. Good work defensively by Morris.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Schroeder outside. To the inside. It's 2-on-1. Here's Forbes. Finished off the break.
And that's a momentum shifter. A steal leading straight to the basket.
Here's Harrell. And that one released in time, but no good.
And Lopez doing what he can to just be disruptive out there, distracting shooters.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers in control with it. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Taking a look at the Lakers. We've got Dennis Schroeder. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Markieff Morris. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 3, the small forward. Pass to Craig. Here is Forbes. Goes back up. Up and in on the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Caruso. He feeds it to Harrell. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, just hard to keep up with Montrezl Harrell and that impressive energy he brings.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Bobby Portis. Bucks trail by 9. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Here is Forbes. He's guarded by Schroeder. Forbes can't get it to go. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Now, here is Morris. Jacks up a 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Caruso's got the lead up to 12 now for the Lakers. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Chris Middleton's checked in for Torrey Craig. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Pat Connaughton. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Bryn Forbes. Harrell the pass to Caruso. Augustine with the steal. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the rejection by James.
Wow, LeBron throwing that one away hard. There's a message behind that block.
Bucket is good, and the Lakers lead by 11.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
James finds Morris. Caldwell Pope outside. From deep. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. And again, the Bucks miss.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
Caruso off target from outside.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Shot's good by Middleton.
And that kind of consistency from Middleton from 3, that's huge.
Here's Caruso, defended by DiVincenzo. Back to Caldwell Pope. Now the pass to Caruso. Takes the 3. Los Angeles with another miss. Bucks trail by 8. Floats it up for Giannis. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. No good on the triple. Milwaukee's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Lakers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And now the fast break. Middleton with the ball. Fires for three. Good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Chris Middleton showing a lot of poise and taking over a very critical possession for his team.
Here's Caruso. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Fires the three. Caruso, no good.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language. And
the coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during that last timeout, I listened to Frank Vogel talk to his team. He challenged them to hold on to the lead. He said, you're in control of the game right now. And it's up to you if we win this game. Take the response.
And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. This
here you are in the championship round. The whole community is looking forward to it. What does that mean to you personally to play someone that you know and also play one of the best My Team players in the world?
I believe it's 100% better as a whole because, like, you're playing one of your main mans, like Lab and Wise, coming up to 250. Like, me and him were
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
That's a look from earlier on as the Nets head to the locker room. They're in no mood to let Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons.
Here we go.
For DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebound.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Marc Gasol, and it's Schroeder in at the point. And looking at the Nets, they've got Joe Harris, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's DeAndre Jordan, and it's Durant in at the 4. Harden can't hit. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers.
And see, Webb, the strength and conditioning of James Harden, something I'm not certain everybody has an appreciation for.
Yeah, and to your point, back in high school, despite leading Artesia to back-to-back state championships, Harden dealt with asthma and was frankly out of shape. Over the years, dedication to diet and training, that enabled him to reach new heights.
Now here's Durant after the Marcus Olmos.
An average shot blocker. I mean, you want Kuzma to use his vertical, more to redirect shots.
A second chance effort outside for Caldwell Pope. 6 to shoot over Harden. And the Lakers with another miss.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in.
The ability of Harden to shift gears, exceptional. He can turn on the Jets off the bounce.
Schroeder against Harden. It's stolen by Harris. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Irving leading the charge. And the rejection by James. Harris passes to Jordan. Outside, KD. 5 to shoot. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. The Lakers have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. James up top, guarded by Harris. Here's Schroeder, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Now, that was a long time coming. Took them 5 attempts to get their first bucket.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Trying to find Harden, and he's got it now. Up again. It's good on the putback.
One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders in the league.
Now here's Schroeder. Really played well against Portland in his last outing. And Harden with the stuff.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Here's Schroeder. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. He feeds it to James. And Jordan sends it back.
And the one thing we know about DeAndre, he's a presence at both ends of the floor. He protects the rim on D just as much as he punishes it at the offensive end.
Harden kicks to KD. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And the basket is good.
And almost 7 feet tall. I mean, Durant is a fantastic interior scorer. He uses his height well.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure. Just doing the job on the backboard.
Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop. And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, it feels like they're just one step ahead right now, looking to build out their advantage even further.
Ron right side. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Jeff Green is checked in for Brooklyn. Bruce Brown comes in for James Harden. Brooklyn with the ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. It's Durant on the wing. Pass to Jordan. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Caruso. We saw him with 10 points last game. Good on the shot. There's 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Irving up top. Lets a floater go. Basket counts.
You better respect the floating jumper of Irving. He's remarkable at timing and measuring up these type of difficult shots.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We come back right after.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, LeBron James is out there with Morris. Then it's Montrezl Harrell, and it's Caruso in at the 1. Morris dishes to Harrell. Poked away. Shot clock at 6. James outside. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. And Harrell slams it in.
Oh, fantastic vision. I mean, Brown always cognizant of everyone around him.
Nets leading by 6.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s. Players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
And that one's good. Shamet.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, it's the attack mindset. I mean, that helped him prevail right there. Sometimes you just got to go with your gut.
Passes to Horton Tucker. LeBron left side. Inside. And another basket for the Lakers. And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
Green kicks to Shamet. Brown right side. Puts up a 3. The Lakers with the rebound. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
And when the bench steps up, it takes pressure off the starters. And they stepped up big in that game.
The Lakers with the ball. To the middle. Here's Morris. Great D that time from Green.
The D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been easy lay.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And drafted 42nd back in 2018 out of Miami. Bruce Brown has shown himself to be a rugged two-way guard.
Yeah, he's a second-round steal. GA, he competes at the defensive end of the floor, and the shooting numbers are trending in the right direction.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Harris comes in for Jordan, and it's Harden in for Landry Shamet. The Lakers also changing it up. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Markieff Morris. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for LeBron. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Harris has got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets. Schroeder surveying the floor. Down low. Here's Horton Tucker. Shot on the wing. 4 on the shot clock. Lakers passing it around. Shot from the wing. That shot off the mark. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with a victory.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnovers.
But they had them in their heels the whole game. The intensity of their defense was a key factor.
Harrell, the pass to Kuzma. It's stolen by Harris. Here we go, one-on-one. Harden with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. Brown outside. Green inside. He's against Kuzma. And Green gets it to go.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah, horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
Caldwell-Pope passes to Horton Tucker. Just 5 on the clock. To the paint. Harrell dishes to Caldwell-Pope. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
And Caldwell-Pope doesn't rush anything, even in points in the game when the pressure is on. He calmly finds a way to get clean looks off.
Out to the right wing. Harris outside. Harden outside. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Caldwell-Pope right side. Good work there as it goes. Caldwell-Pope's got it back down to within single digits for Los Angeles. And that one is off. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets in. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson Show. Well, Durant having to sit out all last year due to injury. Now that he's back, how do you feel? And that's going to do it for our halftime show, Seth.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Nice game, great performance by Harris.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Yeah, he's busting his tail, making his presence known. A great job defensively so far.
Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden, and it's Durant. Then there's Harris, and it's Jordan in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Caldwell-Pope against Irving. Outside for Caldwell-Pope. Back to Gasol. And stolen by Jordan. And KD, here we go. Outside Irving. Over Caldwell-Pope. And Irving with the basket on the assist by KD. Irving's got his team on the board first here in the second half with the Nets. It's stolen by Harris. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break and stolen by LeBron. And it's the Lakers on the break. Gasol, that's a two-pointer. That one good for 2.
An all-around player. Kuzma is very solid at finding his guys in their spots.
On the wing, James, guarded by Harris. Here's Caldwell Pope. The shot off that time. Great D that time from Jordan. Down low. Here's Irving. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Irving's got 4 points this quarter. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Lakers trail by 14. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Kuzma finds James. Schroeder outside. Just 5 to shoot. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost him.
Yeah, you got to be locked in at all times. Their inconsistent play is a big reason why they're losing.
Landry Shamet's checked in for the Nets. The Lakers also making some changes. Morris is checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Alex Caruso in for Caldwell Pope. Schroeder against Harden. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Oh, he doesn't take his foot off the gas. I mean, Harden attacks the D, either finishes or gets the foul.
So for the Nets, Green comes in for Jordan. And it's Bruce Brown in for Kyrie Irving.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Here's Horton Tucker, guarded by Harden. The pass to LeBron, and taken away by Brown. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
LeBron passes to Harrell. On the wing, Morris. Durant with some nice D.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
That one falls. KD's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Harrell finds Morris. Back to LeBron. Looking to end the run. Rebounded by the Nets.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
No, doing anything they can to stop the bleeding, but so far they've had no answers.
Green, the pass to Durant. Pulls up on the wing. Rebound by Harrell.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
Here's Horton Tucker, guarded by Harden. Lays it up off the glass.
Look at Morris break down the defense on this play. If they leave one of his guys open, he's going to get it to him fast.
KD on the wing. 11 seconds left in the third. From deep, Harden. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Just 4 seconds left to play here in the third.
A perfect position to grab the rebound. Gets underneath, boxes out, and pulls it back.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. Their defensive mindset clearly focused on clamping down on LeBron James, and their game plan is working. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Harrell is out there with Markieff Morris. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Caruso in at the 1 spot. And a wide open look for Irving. Offline with his 3.
Now, you don't see that very often. A wide open 3 is usually like a layup for him.
There's Shamet. That's in, coming off the assist from KD. And the Nets lead by 18.
Now, look, an assist like that gives Durant more hype than any other play he makes. He loves creating an easy bucket for a teammate.
Yes, that goes in.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Outside, Green. Launches it. That one's not going to go. And the Lakers going the other way now. In the corner, it's James. Lakers passing it around. Here's Caruso. Harrell, that's good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Now, here is Irving. Pass to Shamet. From outside the arc. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. To the middle. Here's Morris. Rebounded by the Nets. KD's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
Brooklyn making some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Green. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Luwawu. That free throw good from Shamet. How the passion in New York as a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence. And I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it. Just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet. James Harden, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. Irving drives in. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Lakers trail by 19. Caldwell Pope finds Schroeder. Back to Caldwell Pope to the left side wing. Schroeder against Harden. To the inside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Kuzma. And no good. Good work defensively by KD. Nets leading by 19 points. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Greg, you played against some terrific players, including the late, great Kobe Bryant. I'd love to hear your thoughts on playing against Kobe.
I mean, his passing is still tough, I'm sure, for many to deal with because he was just taken from us at such a young age. But this guy was a ferocious competitor and someone who showed us in life and in tragedy that you need to make the most of every moment that we have here. You know, I just appreciated to really the fans getting to know Kobe once his career was over, because I think he was able to let his guard down a little bit and show us a lighter side, a more compassionate side.
That is an excellent point.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them,
huge margin of victory for the Nets.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop him. Just another excellent game it was for KD.
His vision and his ball movement impressed me the most. A tremendous night for him passing the basketball.
Now the feed to Antetokounmpo. Here's Caruso. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it. And that's a shame.
Chioza passes to Robertson. Johnson outside. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Run by Rocco.
Our next guest is on his way to the championship game in the My Team Unlimited tournament. Ty Debo, welcome to 2K TV once again.
Hey, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
All right, so last year you lost to Jinsanity. You come back with determination. You're a favorite in this tournament, and you had one tough road. Not only did you have to go through fierce competitors, but you had to go through people like defense to offense and even facing
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA.
Hey, Kevin, the clip.
There's been a transformation here in LA. There is no doubt about that. DA, thank you. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lou Williams.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And now the Lakers starting group. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Caldwell Pope out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Gasol and at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Clippers, they've got Batum, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the 5. Leonard, no luck. Now Gasol. James outside. Caldwell Pope against Batum. That one goes in. Greg, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year when you know you're on a championship contending team?
You know, some of that I think depends on the leadership you have in your locker room. Certain guys just keep everybody engaged and motivated. And you know what? You've got to break the season down into chapters to help yourself with the motivation, because sometimes that season can be so long and it's hard to stay focused in the present when you start thinking about the postseason.
I agree. And here is Gasol after Paul George getting his 3 to go.
There is such incredible awareness and feel for the game. Marc Gasol's such a good passer.
And George kicks to Beverly. Feeds to Batum. Back to Beverly. Outside Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach to the the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, this guy is such a physical presence. Kawhi, phenomenal at finishing on the post, possesses great touch and great length.
Now here's Schroeder, coming off a solid outing against Portland. It's stolen by Ibaka. And here's Leonard. They're about 3 minutes into this first quarter, and they pick up 2. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
Now, this is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. For the Lakers, they won their last contest, that game against the Trailblazers. Morris finds James and finished off by LeBron.
How about the vision of Markieff Morris? Hits the open man, has a good feel for the game. Boy, this guy can do a lot of things.
And George gets it to go.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Here's Caruso. He had 10 points in the win against Portland.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy.
Leonard looking around. That's a bucket. His third of the game. He shot the ball 7 times.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard has built his game brick by brick. You want him to score on the interior? No problem.
Zubac against Harrell. Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Inside. And that one's good, Caruso.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And George kicks to Williams. The pass to Ibaka. The rebound by the Lakers. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And they really got after it from a defensive standpoint throughout that entire game. The turnovers they forced really tell the story.
There has to be a willingness to take chances, jumping for steals, getting out in passing lanes, and all of that worked in their favor.
Leonard with the steal. And there's Paul George on the assist from Ibaka. George has got 8 points.
Well, Paul George routinely making these difficult shots look easy. He's showing how dominant he truly is.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that A little bit earlier, we had a chance to chat with Kyle Kuzma.
For me, it's super cool.
Well, Kuzma, Greg, has certainly learned a lot, proficient at the offensive end, and adding more to his game every day.
Yeah, I mean, he's been focused on improving the defense and rebounding, and much of that is due to the players he's been surrounded by.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball. And defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So for the Lakers right now, Morris is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. And it's Caruso in at the point. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Yep, that one goes.
Well, you know that Montrezl Harrell is one of the best rollers in the NBA. Even when the defense is waiting for him, this guy's so hard to stop.
Jackson kicks to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Here's Horton Tucker. Guarded by Jackson. Pass to Harrell. Stolen by Zubac. On the wing, Jackson. Back to Zubac. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And it's a 4-point Clipper lead.
Now, this is what his coaches like to see. Jackson making an effort to distribute the ball in that situation.
To the paint. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Down low. Here's Morris. Here's Harrell. The shot will not fall. Good work defensively by Morris. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for the Clippers. Batum comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Batum, good.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Caldwell Pope against Jackson. Schroeder outside. 1:57 left to play here in the second quarter. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. A different look for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Morris. Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Paul George in for Reggie Jackson. And the Lakers also making a change. James is checked in. Shot clock at 3. Caldwell Pope dishes to Gasol. Great D that time from Leonard.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
And here's George for 3. Buries it from 3-point range. George has got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
James finds Schroeder. Back to James. 5 on the clock. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Here's Kuzma.
There's a reason this guy has won multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards. How much pressure can he guard with? My goodness.
A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it. You know, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
James outside. Schroeder passes to Caldwell Pope. Back to Schroeder. Stolen by George. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. 14 feet away. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Leonard's got 8 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
To the inside. Will it go? Kuzma. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Well, this guy is just a load on the interior. Marc Gasol uses his size. He uses his angles to get where he wants to go.
And here are the Clippers now. Pass to Ibaka. 2 on the clock. Not going to go that time. And the first half is now in the book. Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 11 points, 2 rebounds. That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, the break certainly didn't have a cooling effect on him at all. He's in a great rhythm, looking comfortable and confident.
Ibaka is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Caldwell Pope outside. Leonard brings the double team. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
Hey, guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
And so here are the Clippers. Clippers leading by 9. Here's Beverley. He feeds it to Ibaka. And Batum kicks to George. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Lakers trail by 11. James, the pass to Gasol. Schroeder outside. Back to Kuzma. To the middle. It's Gasol missing. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. And it's Beverley missing. Lakers shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall?
When LeBron gets the ball, guys, and there aren't numbers back in transition, it almost always results in an easy hoop.
Back to Beverley. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalry. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Kicks it out to Schroeder. On the wing, Morris. Kennard covering. On the wing, Morris. Clock at 6. Schroeder outside. And the 3 off target. Clippers leading by 11. Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
George finds Williams. Back to George. Passes it to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
And there's the pass to Harrell. Williams comes with the double team. It's Schroeder with the drive. And Harrell slams it in.
Well, coaches love seeing this from Dennis Schroeder. Recognize the situation, find the open teammate.
Williams with a clean look. Offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback. Zubac has got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Here's Harrell. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, Harrell is not going to back down. Hangs tough and finds his shot opportunity. Gets to the foul line.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Luke Kennard. And the Lakers also making a change. Horton Tucker's checked in. 1:14 left in the third quarter of the game. Clippers leading by 11. George passes to Zubac. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Lakers trail by 13. Here's Caruso. Stolen by George. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Zubac kicks to Jackson. Shoots over Schroeder. Got it from 16 feet. And the Clippers lead by 15.
I'll tell you, one thing Jackson has never lacked: confidence. I mean, when he gets a look, Reggie always believes his next shot will be his best one.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And a miss there on the triple. The Lakers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Well, you have to take advantage of the chippies when you get them. Nice job by Dennis Schroeder in close.
Jackson kicks to Williams. Inside. Here's Zubac. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Zubac has got 12 points in the game.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. 13 points up. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. It's a 13-point game. So for the Lakers right now, Caldwell Pope out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Marc Gasol. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 3 spot. Williams passes to Batum. To the inside. And oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. They get Marc Gasol. You know, winning that championship as you did, Greg, for UNLV, many people don't remember you played much of that season with a broken jaw.
Well, Kevin, I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you. It was pretty hazy. I lost 19 pounds over the course of the season.
Oh,
I was
goodness.
championship night. I was 168 pounds.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, I was wired shut for 8 weeks. Did miss a game, but I tell you what, I don't know if I would do that today. But, you know, it did turn out well with the championship.
As I recall, you broke it against Fresno State, correct?
Yes, got my legs taken out from under me and broke the fall with my face.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, ouch. And he comes up with the deuce. And the Clippers lead by 13.
You can see Patrick Beverly lifting his team with his ability to find an open teammate. Pretty pass.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Schroeder. That's good from Schroeder. And the Clippers making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in. Schroeder hits them both.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And Beverly kicks to Batum. Outside Williams. Back to Batum. Out to the wing. Beverly for three. Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, Patrick Beverly has turned himself into a reliable three-point shooter. Nice delivery.
Schroeder passes to Gasol. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, easy call.
The first free throw is good. And the Lakers making a change here. James is checked in. Gasol drops two.
You think back to when Marc Gasol first entered the league. This was a big guy whose skills were certainly developing at the time. Now he's incredibly polished and a tremendous leader.
Batum against Kuzma. And Ibaka kicks to Williams. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Clock at 4. Leonard, that's for two. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Kuzma passes to Gasol. And it's good. 2 points.
That 7'1" frame of Marc Gasol, strength, power, you name it, he can absorb contact.
The kick out to Williams. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Beverly. That one doesn't go. Good D by Gasol. Lakers trail by 10. It's Caldwell Pope with the drive. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Beverly up top. He's guarded by Schroeder. Here's Ibaka. Here's Leonard. Rebound the Lakers. Gasol's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Caldwell Pope. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Listen, we know that LeBron James can score at will, but he is phenomenal at hitting his guys with perfectly placed passes.
And Batum kicks to Williams. Over Caldwell Pope. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Williams has got his first points of the game. Leonard against James. And the dunk by LeBron.
How intimidating it must be when LeBron is bearing down on the rack like that.
If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
Batum dishes to Ibaka. On the wing, Williams. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. It's stolen by Schroeder. And now the fast break, LeBron with the ball. And that one is stuffed right through.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big follow. Leonard with the steal. Batum scanning the floor. The kick out to Williams. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Now the Lakers on the break. Here's Kuzma. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
And you have to tip your cap to Kuzma. He absorbs contact well and knows how to adjust his shot.
And stolen by James. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Pass to Beverly. Now Ibaka. Outside Leonard. Shot clock at 6. And the shot is good.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Caldwell Pope. It's hauled in by Beverly. Now here's Williams. So the Clippers with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do.
About as well as I could have.
You talked about this on your YouTube channel, that these games were a lot closer than the final outcome kind of showed. So for you, what do you think your key was to your success through the tournament?
I'm confident always, but I think the experience and then just my consistency on defense, right? Against defense to offense, I gave up 26 first quarter points. That's not going to be very good. So you just have to switch things around. But yeah, the first
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The bright lights and tall buildings of downtown Los Angeles setting the scene for us here tonight. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for him.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with DJ Augustine, and it's Lopez in at the 5 spot. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Marc Gasol, and it's Schroeder in at the 1. Shot clock at 2. Middleton for 3, and again the Bucks miss. Out to Kuzma. Lakers passing it around. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. The feed to Gasol, and finished off by Gasol.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Here's Augustine. Here's Lopez. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Fresh from a win against Portland.
They played terrific defensively. The few cracks they showed, guys were quick to rotate and help each other out.
I love the communication, love the hustle. They came up with big stops all night.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. No good with the triple. On up the court, Caldwell Pope with a wide open look, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Do you remember, Greg, if you watched the standings very much when you played?
You know, we were always aware of it, and a lot of that had to do with the goals. I remember early in my career playing for the Knicks, you know, we were trying to win championships, and we talked a lot about home court and having that come postseason time. So you were absolutely aware of where you were because of the goals you set, but I think that also changes depending on who you are as a team. If you're a championship caliber team that's won it, and maybe you're in the midst of a dynasty run, it may not matter as much because you know how good you are and you can win no matter where the venue.
Here's Middleton following the basket by Kyle Kuzma.
determined shooter who excels at the charity stripe. Middleton will gladly head to the line.
This is his first free throw of the game. Milwaukee making a switch here. Forbes checked in. Middleton hits them both.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
LeBron against Middleton. James, the pass to Schroeder, tries to save it and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Well, we've got a moment here. Let's see the league leaders in rebounding, the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. Giannis Antetokounmpo, fourth.
And you can't win games without rebounding the basketball. That's what has made him such an important part of what they do.
Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Pat Connaughton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
And with his length and explosiveness, it's never a surprise to see Giannis get points on the offensive glass. Great nose for the ball.
Caruso, the pass to Morris. Harrell trying to free himself up. Off with the layup. The Bucks trail. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. And they double up Antetokounmpo. Out to the right wing. Trying to get open is Lopez. A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo. And that'll tie this game up. Horton Tucker, the pass to Harrell. Caruso kicks to Harrell. Now here is Morris. And the pass to Horton Tucker. 1:27 left here in the first quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Morris outside. And Harrell wide open. He shoots. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Portis, he's checked in for the Bucks. Milwaukee has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Pass to Craig. We've got 1:08 left to play in the first quarter. Can't connect from short range. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. It's good.
More of a score-first point guard, but Schroeder doing a good job of finding the open man.
And Milwaukee has possession. Trailing by 2. Here's Connaughton, and he gets contact. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
So it's the Bucks now after the basket by Los Angeles. And Forbes kicks to Connaughton. Can't get it to fall. Horton Tucker, the pass to Schroeder. Out to Morris. Two points. That one goes. And that does it for the first quarter. Lakers ahead, up 6. And we'll be back. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Caruso in at the 1 spot. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. LeBron passes to Caldwell Pope. Great D that time from Portis. Bucks trail by 6. Stolen away. And here we go. Lakers running again. Here's Caruso. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Keep on running if it's working. They haven't been slowed up at all here on their fast breaks.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Morris. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint. James dishes to Gasol. LeBron against Middleton from the left block. James misses. Bucks trail by 6. Craig kicks to Middleton. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Middleton's got 7.
And with great positional size, Middleton knows how to do damage down low.
LeBron against Middleton. Passes it to Kuzma. Outside for Caldwell Pope. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Here's Augustine. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Kyle Kuzma picks one up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Horton Tucker's checked in. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Lakers have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And guys, that's a sight we've become far too accustomed to seeing. Antetokounmpo throwing it down like it was just another day at the office.
LeBron passes to Kuzma. Great open look there. Kuzma's got his second basket.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. Pass to Portis, and Portis throws it down.
This is what they want to see. Portis finishing strong inside, making his presence felt.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. It's Kuzma top the key. He kicks to Caldwell Pope. Back to Kuzma. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Here's Milwaukee now. They're on an 11-2 run. That gives them the lead.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Kuzma. Here's Horton Tucker. Back to Caldwell Pope. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2-for-6 start.
Yeah, and then knifing into the middle. Caldwell Pope, not just a perimeter threat. Young fella can elevate.
DiVincenzo with it. He's picked up by James. Here's DiVincenzo. They picked up 24 points in their last one against New Orleans.
And it wasn't just the scoring. He also impacted the game on the glass. Terrific all-around effort.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Gasol. Morris comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Caldwell Pope. Milwaukee also making some changes. Lopez, he's checked in for Portis. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Augustine.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. DiVincenzo. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. 16 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Low block shot on the way, and it's Harrell missing. Here's Connaughton. Here's DiVincenzo. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 3 assists in the game. That will count. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And now let's catch up. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet. It's Milwaukee with the advantage at the half. They are leading by 4. Kenny, what was your impression? And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Nice game. Great performance by Dante DiVincenzo.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer, starting the second half. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. DJ Augustine out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And here we go, the fast break with Giannis. The finish and the dunk by Giannis.
It's just hard to match up with Antetokounmpo's speed, especially in the open floor.
Stolen by Middleton. Augustine passes to Antetokounmpo. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Middleton on the wing. From the arc. The rebound by Gasol. Lakers trail by 6, and they're on the break. Here's James. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. James has got his first points in this one. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. And here's the Lakers. Schroeder kicks to Caldwell Pope. The dish to Gasol. Got it. Good job in the low post. Gasol's got his second bucket.
Terrific play call, and that's where you want to see Marc Gasol. He can use his combination of skill and size.
Here's Giannis. He doesn't hit that one. Kuzma with the defensive effort. It's Caldwell Pope with the drive. For Milwaukee, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room with the break. And so the ball's out of bounds. Middleton touched it last.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Antetokounmpo. The past month has been surreal. He's around 31 points per game, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. And he is such a huge part of what this team does on offense.
Yes, night in and night out, he's their go-to option. He accepts that responsibility and thrives at it.
The pass to Harrell. Down low. Here's Caruso. He nails it, and we're tied up. Caruso's got 5 now. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there are so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness
All the while, he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Here's Connaughton. He's guarded by Schroeder. 5 to shoot. Goes up from the top of the key. And that one hits back iron.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Kuzma passes to Caruso. Back to Kuzma. Harrell trying to free himself up for the lead. Out to Kuzma. Morris outside. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Let's now go to the 2K leaderboard to look at the teams that specialize in intimidation. Here are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. The Lakers second.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
And the Lakers making a change here. Horton Tucker's checked in.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
And Portis throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. To the paint. Whoops, they pick off the pass. And now the fast break. Middleton with the ball. And the layup's good off the glass. Middleton's got 9.
And good to see the hustle from Middleton here. He's a good partner to have on the break, and he's quick to get up the court.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. And he makes that one. Harrell's got the game tied up here for the Lakers.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
Middleton looking it over. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. He's got 11.
So reliable. They've really leaned on him at the offensive end.
Here's Caruso. He's got 5. He dishes it to Harrell. He feeds it to Morris. Count that one.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Middleton for 3, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Tie game in Los Angeles. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter. And how about a look now at our assist to the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Marcus Saul is out there with Harrell. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
James kicks to Caldwell-Pope. And he jams it with authority.
And you see the quickness of KCP bursting to the rim.
And the Bucks, they're shooting reasonably well, 45%. Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Lopez. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. Second chance shot, and it's Antetokounmpo with the bucket inside.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. And here's Augustine. Feeds it to Lopez. From 11 feet away, Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Kuzma can't get it to go.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
Here's Giannis. That's in. Augustine with the assist. Antetokounmpo's got 6 in the quarter.
You know what? The switch has flipped, and he's in that proverbial zone right now, knocking down 3 of 4 here in the 4th.
Right side Gasol. James outside. Lopez with the steal. Augustine with it. He's picked up by James.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
Yeah, they're starting to go in the wrong direction in terms of turnovers. It's slowly becoming a problem.
And the Lakers making a change here. Schroeder's checked in. The Bucks also with the sub. Chris Middleton's checked in for Pat Connaughton.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
It's LeBron with the drive. It's Solomon to Kumbo. Moving it up. Lopez finds Augustine. He gets it in there. Augustine's got the lead up to 8 now for Milwaukee.
Great pass to set your man up with a high percentage look.
Lopez against Gasol. Schroeder, and that one is good.
He has a wiry frame, but he's stronger than he looks. Schroeder, unafraid of contact, able to complete the play.
1:51 left in the 4th. Here's DiVincenzo. And another basket for Milwaukee. Time running out for the Lakers. Gasol, spin around. The kick out to LeBron. To the middle. Lopez with the steal. Middleton for 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
Lakers passing it around. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
And in the moment of truth, KCP calling for the ball and delivering a powerful blow.
Middleton on the wing. Yep, that one goes in there.
He can do incredible things. He can also help you win by simply being reliable.
James, the pass to Kuzma. It's Solomon to Kumbo. For 3, Middleton. The three-pointer is right on target. And now an 11-point Bucks lead.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Milwaukee.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with 1 left to play, exacting a little revenge and really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Giannis.
You know what stood out to me was the anticipation defensively. He sensed what the offense wanted to run, then found ways to disrupt that and cause turnovers.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. They came in here and took care of business. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight.
Were you looking at plugging in Lonzo from the offensive standpoint or the defensive standpoint in the lineup?
I would say more than anything, just me being comfortable offensively dribbling with him. It's like Luka just came out on Friday, I believe, right? And so that's a short turnaround. You don't have that much time to play with him. And so I played maybe 2 competitive games with him, and I'm not that comfortable with him. Luka's probably the better player, but I'm not as comfortable. So just as far as just my comfort level with Lonzo.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
There it is, the Staples Center in and we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then there's Irving. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the 1 spot. And for our viewers tonight, don't blink. Clark, you might miss something.
Do not blink. Do not put your eyes on your popcorn or whatever snack you're having while you're watching this one. They get up and down in a hurry, both of these squads. Execution on the fast break will probably determine the outcome in this one. Fast break points, a big stat to keep an eye on.
Now here is Harris. 9 points last game. Caldwell Pope on the wing and stolen by Kyrie Irving. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Durant kicks to Harris. KD against LeBron. KD can't get it to go.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Power down with both hands.
There is a bunch to appreciate about LeBron's game. His passing is off the charts. Just look at that feed.
And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ball game. Jordan the pass to KD. He dishes it to Harris. Back to KD. Just 4 to shoot. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
KD is so good at drawing contact. You might remember now they changed the rules on that rip move that he perfected.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
Outside for Caldwell Pope. Kuzma outside. Down low. Schroeder outside. Gasol trying to free himself up. And that one's good. Schroeder. Now Irving, averaging around 27.5 points a game, one of the best in the league. Harden left side. Makes it off the glass.
You know, tremendous and wonderful balance from Harden. This dude could have been a running back of the highest caliber with his size, dexterity, and balance. Never lets the defense get him out of his rhythm.
Here's Schroeder. James Harden picking up that last basket. Kuzma kicks it over to Schroeder. Stolen by Durant. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. Harden finds Harris. Trying to get open is Kuzma. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Harden.
That's platinum level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
Now here's LeBron. Playing Portland, he was nearly unstoppable. Sinks that one from the post. .143 left to play in the first quarter. Harden surveying the D. Pass to Jordan. And there's the defensive 3-second call. Brooklyn shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the player, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
No good from Luwawu. Lakers trail by 3. Morris passes to LeBron. Morris kicks to James. Here's Harrell. 17 points for him last game against Portland. 6 to shoot. Inside. Pass to Caruso. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with a victory.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
Yeah, and you know what? I expect them to go deep into the bench again tonight.
And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast and still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Nets lead by 3. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. So the Lakers 5 right now. Morris is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. And it's Caruso in at the point. Harrell with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And that one drops.
You make your teammates better by giving them good passes. That one was perfect.
Jordan, high post. Back to Brown. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. And the Lakers making a change here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. And then for Brooklyn, Kevin Durant comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's James Harden in for Bruce Brown. Outside, KD. Back to Harden. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
And, you know, the Beard continues to impress, continues to get better, and MVP candidate seemingly every season. Now, I've got a question, though. How does he maintain the look of that beard?
Joe Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot.
And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively. But quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And, you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better. And not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
Caldwell Pope dishes to Schroeder. Out to Kuzma. The feed to Gasol. The shot, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
Gasol finds Kuzma. In the corner, it's Morris. Schroeder against Harden. To halt the run. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Schroeder.
That kind of energy and hustle on the glass usually produces good results.
Back to Harden. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. KD's shot is off.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Over to the left wing. Schroeder passes to Gasol. Back to Schroeder. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Morris into the lane. No good there. Nice defense from KD. In transition, here come the Nets. And it's Harden slamming it down.
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
Gasol passes to Caldwell Pope. Back to Gasol. Schroeder dishes to Gasol. And there's the pass to Kuzma. And the rejection by Harden. Left side, Harris. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Harris has got the lead up to 13 now for Brooklyn.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Morris, no good. And here are the Nets. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Shamet on the wing. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Harris passes to Durant. That's tipped. Back to Harris. And Gasol sends it back.
You really got to admire the reach of Gasol. He's excellent at utilizing those long arms of his to turn away shots.
They get the rebound. Morris. And Durant sends it back. The three from Harden. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The period came to a close with them. And that's all we have for...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Durant. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Jordan, and it's Harris in at the three. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are three names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did.
You know, once Kuzma has the position he wants inside, he does his thing fearlessly.
Durant kicks to Irving. Harden outside.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Lakers trail by 18. Schroeder outside to the inside. Gasol passes to Schroeder. A three-pointer off the mark. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Irving finds Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
Boy, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irving has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lessons. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Brooklyn.
Come get it.
Irving dishes to Brown. Back to Irving. Shoots the three. Drills it from outside. Irving's got 11.
Irving knocking down that three. Textbook form, too. Never rushes anything. Mechanics are efficient and effective.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Harrell. No good, unable to end this run.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Now, here is Harden. D right on him.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
LeBron dishes to Gasol. Count it. Gasol's got his first 2 points.
Boy, it's no secret that LeBron James is an outstanding passer. Boy, I love his vision in the pick and roll.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Kicks to Brown. Back to Jordan. And they double up Jordan. Brown outside. Rejected by Gasol. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Morris is checked in for Marc Gasol. And then for Brooklyn, Green, he's checked in for Durant. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for James Harden.
Oh, great ball movement there.
1:35 left in the third quarter. Harrell. No good. Shot missing. Great D that time from Irving. Brown outside. The three. Caruso grabs the miss. The Lakers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Harrell kicks to Morris. To the middle. The steal. There's a minute left to play in the third. It's Brown on the wing. Passes it to Luwawu. Now here's Green. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
And Green's become a dependable three-point threat. If you don't get a hand in his face, he can certainly knock those down.
James looking around. And the Lakers turn it over again. Matthews, he's checked in for the Lakers. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Pass to Perry. The kick out to Brown. Here's the three. The rebound by the Lakers. 23 seconds left to play in the third. In the corner, it's Morris. Lakers working the ball around now. Horton Tucker, the pass to Morris. Inside. And Irving with a clear path to the hoop. Pulls up for three. And Jeff Green, the bucket on the assist by Brown. Green's got 6 points. Got it up. Go!
Yes! At the buzzer! Wow, what a way.
And so it's Brooklyn in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Dennis Schroeder, Antetokounmpo out there with Jared Dudley. Then it's Matthews, and it's McKinney in at the 3 spot. That's the Laker 5. Here's Luwawu. Knocked away. Here are the Lakers with the ball. And here's Matthews from the arc. The shot, no good.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Pass to Chioza. On the wing, Robertson. Here's Perry. Here's Luwawu. 6 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range. It's hauled in by McKinney. Schroeder passes to Matthews. Back to Schroeder. And Dudley kicks it over to Schroeder to the right side. Outside Matthews. The pass to Schroeder. Off target at the rim. Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Passes to Luwawu. Here's Robertson. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Matthews finds Schroeder. Wants to get it to Antetokounmpo and does. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in. Antetokounmpo's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Lakers. Nets have gone 0 of 3 to start the 4th quarter. On the wing, Robertson. Shamet on the wing to the left wing. Takes a 3. Luwawu's shot is off.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done differently, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
I can understand both of those.
Yes.
Kevin Durant, he's checked in for the Nets. Tyler Johnson comes in for Landry Shamet. On the wing, Robertson. To the paint. Chioza passes to Johnson. The wide open look for Durant. The long distance 3 is buried.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Greg, it's pretty typical for players of the past to talk about current players and say they may have struggled had they played when I played. What do you think of that line of thinking?
You know, I just don't agree with that. And I think we all do that. We all feel like our era was the best. I had the same thoughts being passed my way when I first came into the league.
I'm sure.
The reality is these guys work just as hard as guys worked back in our era. They just have more understanding of what their value is. And in a lot of ways, they've got more courage to speak out because, you know, let's face it, they're more of a bullseye on their back in today's era with social media than we've ever seen before.
That is true. The Lakers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the 4th. A lot of misses, just the 1 make. And Dudley kicks to Matthews. There's the dish to Antetokounmpo. Matthews left side. Antetokounmpo, no good. And the Nets with possession here. A great 4th quarter, just giving up 2 points.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Brooklyn.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And they're going to close them out here for the second time this year. This gives them a season series lead of 2-0 with just one game left to play against the Lakers.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Kevin Durant.
You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
McKinney, no good. Brooklyn with the ball. Pass to Robertson. This one for three. And again, it's the Nets missing.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
You got to love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Well, I tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This crowd, all right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Coming right up, the Lakers. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it up. And let's take a look at the last handful of seasons and the steal number for Paul George.
And when you see the tumble his steal totals have taken the last few years, you can see that he's gotten away from playing the kind of gritty, hard-nosed D he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs to get back.
And the Clippers starting five. Batuma's out there with Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the two guard. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the point. George with the bucket. Lots of speed and athleticism on the floor tonight, Brent. What do you think could determine the outcome?
Well, if guys are going to play fast, Kevin, and guys are going to be up in the air, it's going to come down to very solid decision-making to see who it is that separates themselves in this one.
Schroeder passes to Gasol. James outside. Just 5 on the clock. And James throws it down.
Somebody didn't get the memo. You left a clear lane for LeBron James.
Beverley wide open. Offensive rebound. Back to Ibaka. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. It's stolen by Schroeder. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
I mean, it looks simple, but LeBron makes it look that way.
Lakers shooting their first free throw this game.
and they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. And Batum kicks to George. Pass to Beverly. Back to George. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Lakers.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often. And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George. A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
Pass to Beverly. To stop the run. Here's Batum. Outside for George. Fires from 14. George missing again.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Kuzma passes to Gasol. LeBron dishes to Gasol. The putback, James on the follow. LeBron's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Batum. He's putting up 9 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Caruso, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And again, no good by the Clippers.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for George. Now here's James. He's coming off a 28-point game against Portland.
It felt like in that game, too, he was a man on a mission defensively. Finishing up with 4 steals is an impressive feat. And you can tell, takes pride in that part of the game.
Kennard, and good that time.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
The Lakers on offense. They're on an 11-2 run. James, the pass to Horton Tucker. Morris into the lane. And there's Harrell. That's good on the assist by Morris.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And that one, good.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Here's Caruso, following the score by Reggie Jackson. It's good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against the Grizzlies. Here's Kennard. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. He gets that one.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Now here's James. 6-point lead. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. The Lakers with the ball. Morris kicks to LeBron. 3-pointer. Caruso, no good. Clippers trail by 6. Kennard finds Williams. And Williams with the stuff.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook. The pass to Caruso. Back to LeBron. With 2 seconds left. And the layup is good. James has got 6 points.
Well, the combination of power and finesse, it just is automatic when LeBron gets down low. One of the most efficient paint players in the game.
And so it's the Los Angeles. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it takes for you.
This game, it's.
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
You don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Marcus Morris. Jackson is out there with Williams. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Kennard in at the 3. And it's the Clippers with the ball after the basket by the Lakers. Count the basket. Williams has got his second basket.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Williams. Back to Harrell. And the rejection by Zubac. Just 3 to shoot. Morris into the lane. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Clippers trail by 6. Morris outside. And the layup is good.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Caruso, the pass to Morris. That one goes. Count it.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Williams kicks to Zubac. Back to Williams. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Kennard finds Williams. Back to Kennard. Shot clock at 6. It's Williams with the drive. Here's Zubac. On the wing, Morris. He's defended by Harrell. Morris passes to Kennard. Back to Morris. Pass to Kennard. A three-pointer, no good. Lakers leading by 6. Caldwell Pope dishes to Harrell. Yep, it counts. Harrell's got 8. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Luke Kennard. And Georgia subbed in for Jackson. Batum, good.
Coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. 4-point game. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to their defense in that one. The intensity, the shot blocking, just a dominant performance.
Yeah, last game was pretty impressive stuff on that end of the floor, just getting up near shooters and blocking as many shots as they did.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. Shots good by Ibaka.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Now here's LeBron. He has 6. Gasol, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Leonard. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Lakers have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. LeBron passes to Kuzma. Back to James. And he banks in the layup. 8 points for him.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Passes it to Batum. And there's the feed to Ibaka. And the shot goes down. Ibaka's got 4 points in the quarter.
And offensively, Ibaka's been spending more time out on the perimeter, but watching him work inside there, you realize that may still be his bread and butter.
And it's in there.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
George with no one around. Connects from three-point range. George has got 6.
PG playing behind the pick and roll, able to use his size, and pretty good decision that time with the basketball.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. A 3 ball. That one misses. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, that had to have been #1 priority for the coaching staff coming into this one, limiting those turnovers and making sure they don't beat themselves this time.
Back to Leonard. The 3. No good. Here's Caldwell Pope, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. And a close game. Thanks for the great interview, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson. And, of course, the duo of Anthony Davis and LeBron James in action. Lakers, Kenny, when's the... That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Hart.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Caldwell Pope, and it's Gasol in at the 5. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. And George, here we go. And James pulls it down.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Clippers trail by 5. Now here's Beverly. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Outside for George. Fires the 3. And again, no good by the Clippers.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Yeah, shaky defense there. Giving up the bucket plus sending KCP to the line.
The Lakers have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but, you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
Leonard kicks to Batum. Leonard the pass to Ibaka. Doesn't go that time. Kuzma with the defensive effort.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And here's George for 3. It's good from long range. George has got 9 points.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
James the pass to Kuzma. Batum with the steal. Beverly finds Leonard. On the wing, George. Count it.
Well, he does a lot of work on the perimeter, but don't let Paul George fool you. He can finish inside.
Lakers leading by 3. The drive by James for 3. Caldwell Pope. The rebound by Ibaka. Clippers have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Down low, here's Beverly, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
The strength from Patrick Beverly is impressive. Takes the punishment. I don't think he minds it one bit and still converts.
Kuzma outside. Inside, Schroeder, and he uses the glass on the layup. He has 6.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Beverly for 3, and again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Able to stretch the floor with that three-point shot. Beverly looking to capitalize from the perimeter as often as possible.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
Here's Schroeder, left side Gasol. Kuzma kicks to James. To the middle. Outside for Caldwell Pope. 4 on the clock. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Caldwell Pope's got 9 points now in just the second half. Beverly against Schroeder. Outside for George. Back to Beverly. Kuzma brings the double team. Batum dishes to Ibaka. Outside for George. Wide open look. It's George on the wing. Pass to Beverly. Gasol against Batum. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Ibaka, no luck. Now the Lakers on the break. And it's sent back by George.
You can't toss up the weak stuff around Paul George. He sees it coming and uses his reach to get to it.
From deep. And no good that time. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Williams. And it's Morris in at the small forward position. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Releases from 15. Offensive rebound. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 4. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Bucks in Milwaukee. That'll be game 4 of the 6-game road trip. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Paul George right now 1 step ahead of his defender using the old pump fake.
And George drops them both.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Schroeder, right side. From downtown, it's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Leonard, the pass to Williams. It's stolen by Schroeder. To the inside, here's Horton Tucker. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And the Lakers lead by 4.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, not much you can do to stop that. Leonard showing once again his physical prowess at the 10.
Schroeder passes to Caruso. To the paint. The rebound by Paul George. Morris outside. Here's Leonard. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Harold drives in. Good work defensively by Morris.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
And here's George for three. A rebound by the Lakers. Schroeder's got his fourth rebound in this one. Here's Caruso. The Clippers grab the miss.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Back to Williams. Down low. Here's George to tie it up. Taken away. Arrow high post. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
Montrezl Harrell, not the first guy you think about, but he comes through first class.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Throw good, Lou Williams. For the Clippers, Serge Ibaka. He's checked in for Zubats, and it's Batum in for Morris.
Well, whether Lou Williams is starting or more than likely coming off the bench, he's such a high-quality role player, someone that can heat up in a hurry and make the difference on those nights during a regular season where you could tally up 6 or 7 more wins. Lou's going to get those for you.
Williams passes to Leonard. It doesn't go for him. Good D by James. Inside, here's Kuzma. Here's Harrell. Out to Kuzma. Back to Harrell. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
When the shot's going up, it's fun to watch the way that Montrezl Harrell will attack a rebound. Crucial to this offense and his production.
And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in. Caldwell Pope against George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Lets the three fly. The shot missing. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Kuzma passes to Schroeder. And it's good for 2. Schroeder's got the lead up to 10 now for the Lakers.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Lakers.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
And yes, it's good.
Really heads up there. A play where you locate the best open pass and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And Harrell slams it in.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
Ibaka in the post. Harrell on him. George with the ball. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. Some good moments throughout this one. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.